there! I'm Sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all the children of the world. Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes, and welcome to SantaClausSays.net, the show that comes to you every day during the Christmas season, where we bring you three things. We bring you Christmas cheer with some jokes and some good cheer. We bring you a Christmas adventure story about Santa Claus as a substitute teacher. And we give you letters to Santa about your Christmas wishes. Santa Claus Says comes to you every day during the Christmas season on YouTube live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can get that at YouTube. Then we also come to you on Facebook, where you can find us there at Santa Claus Says. And then you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, which is Apple Podcasts, Santa Claus Says, or Spotify, Santa Claus Says. You can get us all those places. And then, of course, at our website, SantaClausSays.net, which is where you can leave us a voicemail or an email or even a text message with your Christmas wishes. SantaClausSays.net is also where you can get our coloring book, which is our free gift to you, the Santa Claus Says coloring book. We hope that you'll go there and pick that up at SantaClausSays.net. We did want you to know we have two very special episodes of SantaClausSays.net. They are Christmas Eve, when on December 24th, we will read the story of the night before Christmas. We want you to know that story is especially for you on Christmas Eve. Then on Christmas Day, in the morning, we will be reading the story of the first Christmas, the Nativity story, which is about the birth of Jesus. We read it from the Bible. Our word for the day, boys and girls, Santa Claus says to always to stay jolly. Ho, 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 ho. This is one of my favorite words because it means being happy. So Santa Claus says to stay jolly. And we share our special word by, at the end of our show today, we use our Christmas tree calendar, and we have a star ornament that represents the word jolly, which we put on our calendar every single day during the Christmas season. Well, there's our Glockenspiel, boys and girls. And the Glockenspiel means it is time for our Santa Claus joke time. Here's our Santa Claus joke. Why did Santa's sleigh break down? Because it had a clause for concern. Oh, my goodness. Ho, 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 ho. Well, here's our Glockenspiel, boys and girls, which means it's time for our Christmas Around the World segment, and where we celebrate Christmas, how it's celebrated in all the places around the world, because Santa Claus goes around the world, and I receive messages from all around the world as well. Today, we're talking about Christmas in Denmark. In Denmark, Christmas is called Yule, and it's full of cozy hygge. The families light candles and make paper hearts and hang little elf decorations called nissa. A big feast called Jukafrost includes meatballs, fish, and rice pudding, with an almond hidden inside for a lucky surprise. After dinner, people join hands and dance around the tree, singing carols. Christmas in Denmark feels warm and cheerful, no matter how cold it is outside. Well, the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, it's now time for our special story, our adventure story, the story of kindness. And we've been talking about, in our story of kindness, about Santa who comes to earth in the form of a substitute teacher. And so if you've missed any of these episodes, you can go back to prior episodes the chapters of this book. You can go back to our prior readings on the prior episodes of Santa Claus Says at SantaClausSays.net. Today's lesson, and from our story of kindness, is from chapter 18. It's called A Return to the North Pole. That night, Santa returned to the North Pole exhausted. Removing the Mr. Winter's disguise felt like shedding a heavy coat. Mrs. Claus, Jingle, and Belle waited eagerly in his office. "Tell us everything," Mrs. Claus urged, handing him cocoa. For the next hour, Santa recounted the week's events, the initial awkwardness, the grateful opening of hearts, the breakthrough moments, and the remarkable way the students changed. He showed them pictures of the kindness tree and the community puzzle. Emma was sitting with friends by Wednesday, Santa said, his voice thick with emotion. By Friday, she was laughing and confident. The change in just 5 days was remarkable. "What about the other children?" Jingle asked. "They all grew," Santa continued. Sophia learned to be more inclusive. Marcus discovered he could be funny without being hurtful. The twins started noticing children beyond each other, and every single child contributed to creating a kinder classroom. Belle smiled. The puzzle was brilliant, giving them something tangible to represent their interconnection. "Children that age need concrete examples," Santa acknowledged. "Abstract concepts about community become real when they can see and touch them." Jingle looked up from his notes. "What happens now? Will the changes last?" Santa considered this carefully. Some children will maintain their growth more easily than others. They'll face challenges. That's part of being human. But I planted seeds this week. I gave them tools and experiences they didn't have before. When they face choices about how to treat others, they'll remember. And Emma specifically, Mrs. Claus asked gently. Emma now knows she's not alone. She has friends who genuinely care about her. She's experienced inclusion and kindness. That will make all the difference. Santa pulled Emma's letter from his pocket. He carried it all week. She wrote that she didn't deserve Christmas presents, but now she understands her worth. That's the greatest gift I could give her. They spent the rest of the evening filling the materials and updating records. Santa made notes about each child in his special book, reminders of their growth and potential. Before bed, Santa stood at his window, gazing at the stars. Somewhere under those stars, Emma was probably sleeping peacefully, perhaps clutching the silver star ornament. "Sweet dreams, little one," Santa whispered. "You will never be invisible to me, and you'll never, never be invisible to yourself again." Mrs. Claus came to stand beside him. "You did good work this week, Nicholas." "We did good work," he corrected. "That's what community means. We all matter. We all do the work. We're all important." Well, what a wonderful story, boys and girls, about the story of kindness. And it's not over with yet. We continue our story tomorrow, so we hope that you will join us for the next chapter of the story of kindness. Well, the glockenspiel means it's now time for our letter to Santa. And this one is from Harper, who's 9 years old. "Dear Santa, I am Harper. I hope you and the reindeer are getting ready for Christmas. I want a science kit because I like doing experiments with my brother. We made slime and it was messy but fun. If you have time, maybe a new book about space. I love learning. Merry Christmas, Harper." Well, Harper, I know that Santa Claus is going to bring you surprises and wonderful things for you, and I'm so glad you are learning, because that is so important, to be learning and doing experiments with your brother, even if it is slime. That is fun, messy, and fun. But books are wonderful gifts, and Santa Claus is going to bring you some wonderful surprises. So Merry Christmas to you, Harper, and to everyone in your life. I want to thank you for your letter. I want to remind all of you boys and girls that you could send Santa Claus an email or a voicemail or a text at santaclaussays.net. And then you can visit me on YouTube and Facebook and on the podcast at Apple Podcast and Spotify. We hope that you'll do just that. Well, there's the glockenspiel, boys and girls. That means it's time to talk about our word for the day. Today's word is jolly. Santa Claus says to stay jolly. And what that means is to be happy in your life and choose to be jolly no matter what your circumstances. And so today, in honor of our special word, the word of the day, jolly, we're going to continue to decorate our Christmas tree calendar with our star ornament. And we're putting it on now on 12 days. We are 11 days to Christmas now, and we're getting closer and closer. And today's word is jolly. Well, boys and girls, that is the glockenspiel. It means it's about time for us to say goodbye. Santa Claus has a lot of work to do. The elves are getting busy to prepare toys and things. It's just 11 days away, so we are getting ready now. I did want you to know that we have 2 special episodes of Santa Claus Says. They're coming up on Christmas Eve, December 24th. We have the reading of The Night Before Christmas. And then on Christmas morning, December 25th, we read the Christmas story about the original Christmas story about the baby Jesus from the Bible. It's called the Nativity Story, and I want you to look forward to that. We come to you every day here during the Christmas season. Live stream on YouTube at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So get us there at YouTube, Santa Claus Says, and on Facebook at Santa Claus Says, and also on the on podcast, on Apple Podcast, and on Spotify at Santa Claus Says, and of course at our website, which is santaclaussays.net. That's where you can get your free coloring book, and we hope that you'll do that. It's been good to be with you, boys and girls. Santa Claus needs to get busy now with what comes next. I just want to say to you again, Santa Claus loves you, and I will see you really soon. Until then, remember, Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. Ho, 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 ho.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at santaclaussays.net and watch Santa Claus Says live on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.